Hello everybody, welcome to IA Command. This is TV Boy and we have a special skirmish game log review for you all. This is not just IACP, there are some IACP cards, but this is actually going to be our first game log review for JayJaxx's custom prequel skirmish set. Now this is from a tournament that JayJaxx is currently running. We've got 8 players, myself included, and this is from the first round. This is a game log that JayJaxx sent to me and asked me to take a look at and do a review for, which am happy to do because it's really cool to see custom content like this on this level being made with this much dedication. And we're gonna see. So for those who don't know, JayJaxx made a custom set of cards both for a custom campaign that he has made, and check that out if you haven't already. It's a prequel era campaign that he has then extrapolated into a full set of skirmish cards, including skirmish only cards like the skirmish upgrade you see there. And he has tested it extensively, it seems, from what I've heard and from I've talked to some of the people who have tested already. And he's been doing a lot of testing for the campaign version, and now he's trying to test the skirmish version and iron out the kinks so that it is as good as it can be, which I think is super impressive, honestly, especially for one person. It is a ton of work to make a custom card set, a ton of work to make a custom campaign, especially when you're the only one working on it. But I digress. We are going to see some Confederacy action, some Confederacy of Independent Systems, because in this game, as I said, this is from the playtest tournament that JayJaxx is currently running. And we're going to get to see JayJaxx himself, the creator of these cards, playing against Pwned. And both players are playing Confederate of Independent Systems, so we won't be seeing any Republic games yet. Keep an eye out for the second flock. I sent him my game log to review, and I played Republic against Palantir's Republic list. So we had a Republic on Republic game, and that was certainly an interesting game. This type of game where I tried very hard to break some cards that JayJaxx had made, and it was moderately successful, I think. But we'll be testing that more. But back to the game at hand, I'm going to be going through the list and I'm going to be showing you the cards because these, of course, are new to everyone. I think at some point I do want to do kind of a review, but the problem is that right now the cards are changing very rapidly as JayJaxx is finding and correcting a lot of issues. So I feel like if I put a ton of work into reviewing the cards as they are now, they're going to have changed pretty massively in probably a couple weeks' time. So I might do one once he has kind of ironed out some of the early testing bugs out of a lot of the cards, and they're in a more stable position. But for right now, we'll just be seeing some of these cards as they are in the players' lists. So let's take a look here. We'll start off with John's list, and he is in the red deployment zone. And the players are and I should talk more about these cards are balanced. They're balanced to play with IACP, and I'm sure they could play just fine with non-IACP cards as well, though they'd probably be pretty powerful since IACP plays on the higher end of the curve of what FFG was making. We're not trying to break that power level. We don't power creep FFG, but whatever the strongest stuff FFG was putting out is what we match for IACP. So that's probably what JayJaxx is trying to match with his cards. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the tournament is using the IACP map rotation, which currently includes, I believe, Tarkin Initiative Labs, this map, which is Coruscant Back Alley, and then what's the other one? I don't want to think about it too long, but it's the other map that Wasca Hunting Grounds, of course. So anyway, they're playing on not abandoned research, Propaganda War. So this is on Coruscant Back Alleys. This is the one with the posters. I think it looks like they forgot to claim the posters from the map, and that's okay. That's a lot of people forget to do that, but this is one where you're spending 2 movement points to flip posters to match your claimed token, and then players gain 1 VP for each of the posters they have that match their side at the end of each round. So now we've gone over the mission, let's look at the lists. And actually, since I have this up already, let's see, is this correct? Oh, I have the players lists in the wrong order. So let me switch these. Player 1. So that they match the deployment zones here. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's look at JayJaxx's list first. So he has. We'll start off with an interesting deployment card. He has the 1-point choreographed war. So you can have it. And by the way, anytime you see the rebel or imperial symbols in these cards, the rebels stand for the Republic and the Imperial stand for the Confederacy. But you cannot mix and match the new factions with the old factions. Honestly, I kind of wish that JayJaxx had just written out Republic or CIS, or even GAR or CRS for short, because it does get pretty confusing when you're looking at these. But just remember that Rebel is Republic and Empire symbol is CIS. So you can exhaust this card during a figure's activation. That figure gains 1 movement point, and your opponent can use it as well. If it's exhausted, they can ready it to gain that same effect. But of course, that means then it will be you'll be able to use it again. So very interesting card. I played this card in my list. I thought it was a ton of fun just thinking about how to use it so my opponent did not get maximum benefit from it. But moving on, he also has, let's talk about the actual cards. We've got the AAT Armored Assault Tank. And I'm going to generate the card here. 11 points, 16 health, blue, red, yellow, massive with +1 block, +1 accuracy, search for +2, search for blast 2. And it has an anti-armor missile. It says perform an attack, it loses surge for blast 2, but it gains pierce 2. You don't have to put in surge. And surge for +1 and pierce 1. Also, JayJaxx messaged me and let me know that there was an error on this card. It should say that you can perform this action even if you've already performed an attack. So this tank sort of has pseudo assault, although you always have to use the anti-armor missile as your second attack if you're going to attack twice, because of course, if you attack with the anti-armor missile, you cannot then perform a normal attack because you can't perform 2 attack actions. It also has targeting computer for the reroll. So we're seeing 2 of those here. We also see a group of regular BX commando droids. These are 6 points for 2 figures, 4 health, 5 speed, white defense dice, green and a blue ranged attack with automatic pierce 1, surge for hide, and surge for +2 accuracy. And they have a special action, Vibrasword, perform a melee attack using 2 green dice. It gains surge for bleed and surge for +1 damage. Cunning, we know what that does. And stealthy, when you deploy it, you become hidden. And that is the regular groups. And then let's see, these guys are T-Series tactical droids. We see, looks like 2 deployments of those. 4 points for a droid leader with 5 health, speed 4, black defense dice, melee attack of green and red, surge for stun, surge for +2, so they can actually hit decently hard. Special action, executive order. So we know what that is. That's from the Imperial officer. It lets you perform a move or an attack with a friendly figure, and it has cower. So it's basically a 4-point officer with surge for +2 and no surge for focus, and 5 health. Well, I guess yeah. So it's it's an elite officer at 4 points instead of 5. So that's cool. And he brought 2 of those to go with his tanks. He is also running. Let's see if I can pull it up. I'm on a very tiny screen right now, so please forgive me. He's also playing, so yes, and he has targeting computer on the assault tanks. So that's interesting because it means he's getting 2 rerolls. And then the BX commando droids have personal shield. And this card is 0 points for an attachment. Looks like it's BO commandos only, so it's part of their kit. You lose a vibro sword. Okay, so they're not going to be doing the melee attack, and they gain energy shield whenever you suffer damage. If it is less than 4 damage, you suffer no damage. Okay. And shield projector. When attack targeting an adjacent friendly figure is declared, you may grant them energy shield until the end of your opponent's activation. Now that is quite strong, and I think with the tanks, which have +1 block, although they're only 1 black dice, So yeah, if you do this with like a really beefy figure with lots of defense, that makes the ability much stronger. So that's interesting. And then we also have networked command for 0 point skirmish upgrade, and you can exhaust it when a friendly when a friendly figure uses order executive order to allow it to choose figures within 2 spaces of any friendly droid leader figure. Okay, so now we see what's going on. So he can have one of his T series that's exhausted within 2 spaces of a tank, and the other T series can order that tank from across the map. So that's pretty cool, but it's only once per round. We also see Unshakable is in the list, which means his tanks are going to be hard to stun. So that's good. Now let's take a look at John's list. He is playing Count Dooku. Let's see, Count Dooku. Here we go. 9 points for a Force User Leader Brawler, 12 health, speed 5, white defense dice, green, red, yellow, melee attack, search for Pierce 3, search for weaken, search for evade token, and a surge to move 1 space. Now that one I still think is kind of weird because you can spend surges. You spend surges before you deal damage. So if you move away from the target, you could accidentally cause your attack to miss. Although I guess you never would do that as a player, but which is kind of odd to be moving during an attack. But Makashi Master, when an attack targeting you is declared, if the attacker is adjacent to you, I think we talked about this card in when I did the previews of these. Targets only have adjacent you become focus. I think these are similar. Fencing step, once per activation, hostile figure leaves the space adjacent to you may move into the vacated space. So that will be interesting to see. We've also got Maul with the Darksaber. We know what that does. Is this Emperor Palpatine? Interesting. Okay. Oh, this is Darth Sidious. But he used the oh, I see. He used the Palpatine figure, which makes sense. But that means I need to go in and grab his card. There it is. So Darth Sidious, 9 points, 13 health, speed 5, so he's fast. And he has a green, red, yellow attack, melee attack, pierce 3, search +2, double surge, gain 2 evades, and 2 evades or 2 damage power tokens. Twin Sabers, that's the same as Ahsoka's ability. Brutality, it's the same as Vader's ability. And Force Lightning, the same as Emperor Palpatine's ability. Nice. Okay, so we know what that figure does. Oh, Darth Maul is different. Okay, we have a different Darth Maul here. Let's see. Darth Maul is 7 points for a Sith Apprentice, Force User Brawler, 12 health, speed 5. I think every melee figure in this set is speed 5. White defense dice, green, red, yellow, +1 evade built in, search for Pierce 3, search for weaken, and search for cleave 1. Prey on the weak. When you declare an attack against a figure with a harmful condition, become focus. Ooh, that's big. On a 3 dice figure. Seize opportunity. When a hostile figure ends its activation adjacent to you, without having attacked you this activation, stun it. Okay, so don't do that. Brutality. And okay, so it has brutality. So we know what that does. All right. So the 3 Force users and okay, interesting that he's not playing Darksaber because the Darksaber is neutral. So you could totally play that in a CIS list. It's a neutral. It's a neutral attachment for Maul. Oh, maybe that's why. Okay, so maybe that's why you can't play it. Right, because it's for Maul only, and this is Darth Maul. Okay, so that makes sense. So he does not have access to the Darksaber. And that's very thematic as well, so that makes sense. All right, so looking at the rest of the list. We've got, what is this guy? OOM Command Droid, 2 points for a droid leader, 3 health, 4 speed, blue-green. Has order, just like, okay, it's an officer. So it's a droid officer. It has order and it has cower. Search for Pierce 1, but it has much better attack dice than an officer does. And let's see. We've got some staps. Stab. 3 points for a single figure. Health 3, speed 8, green, mobile, agile just like jets, and flyby just like the elite jet troopers, but on a 3-point figure. So yeah, these look really good. I think I remember that these got changed somehow, but I don't remember what he changed. But let's just go through it. We've looked at all the cards. I believe that's all the upgrades as well. He's got extra armor in there. He's got 2 block tokens on Darth Maul, and then 1 each for Sidious and Dooku. All right, so Darth Maul is going to start us off. Looks like John has the initiative. Oh, it's not Darth Maul. It's the OOM droid going to start us off. Going to move Maul. Have Maul move 2 spaces. Going to control the terminal. And it looks like Jay is going to pass. So we're going to see the Stat droid move all the way over to the objective there and flip it. So I think that means that John is the Rebel tokens. Jay is going to be the Imperial tokens. And man, these things are fast. Double move 16 spaces. All right, and JayJaxx activating his tank. Going to move it onto the terminal there. Oh, I just realized you guys cannot see what I see. There we go. Okay, the other stab going to... Oh, he's going to perform an attack targeting the tank. So this is going to be green. Not going to get the flyby, though. Oh, okay. Nope, not going to go for it. Going to go for it there. Man, these things are fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was 11 spaces, though. Okay, not gonna attack. And now I've got the T series, which looks like is going to be giving a attack to this AAT tank with executive order. And looks like he could target either, but I'm guessing he's targeting B there since it's on the objective. And let's reference the tank. Oh, so he took out A. Okay. Yep, easy kill. Those steps are easy to kill, but they hit hard. They are glass cannons. And they are good at flipping posters as well. Okay, the other tank going to move into the southern room. Now we've got Darth Maul. No, Darth Sidious. Double moving. And he has speed 5, remember. I think we should keep that card up. So I need these 2 to stay up. Okay, planning being played by the other droid. And now going to use that network command to exhaust it to allow it to executive order a figure that is within 2 spaces of another T-series droid. So basically we're chaining, this one is chaining an executive order through this one to this tank. And I'm going to perform an attack targeting the Stap, and Stap does roll a triple block. Is that going to be enough? Oh, it forced a reroll. How did it do that? Looks like the Stap was forced to reroll and does go down. So it's 3 more points for JayJaxx. These Force users are going to have to pull some weight. Oh, Dooku moving right up to the tank. now that both of the T-series droids have gone. And now these shield BX droids are going to come up and offer their shield to the tanks. Now, there's an interesting thing to note about that type of ability. If I can find it here. So let's see. Attack targeting adjacent friendly figure. Okay, so it doesn't affect adjacent target spaces like we usually see. So it does cover. So if a shield droid is standing right here and somebody attacks this space on the tank, it will benefit from the shield, which is pretty powerful. Usually you see it so it only covers a target space or an adjacent target space, which is usually to help balance with massive figures using that kind of ability. But the BX droids are going to be moving up, and now we're going to see Darth Maul coming up and targeting a space there. Oh, okay. Let's see. We're getting some victory points here. So what is Darth Maul up to? Prey on the weak, seize opportunity. Oh no, it looks like they're just doing end of round scoring. So, oh yeah, because that's objective points. So, wow. John really flipped all these posters over. He has all of them in this northern quadrant. The only one he didn't flip was the one behind the door there down in the southwest. But JayJaxx, while JayJaxx was killing figures, John was flipping those posters, which does add up because not only do the posters give you more points, it also denies the opponent victory points when you flip them. So JayJaxx has one. And again, they should each have one less because I think they errated it. Claims a rebel mission token. Yeah, well, no, they didn't errata it. They FAQ'd it. That claiming a mission token means you're supposed to take a token off the board. But a lot of people get that wrong. I've gotten that wrong so many times. Anyway, going into round 2 here. And we see a card played. Looks like negation, which means probably take initiative got played. Where are all the command cards? Oh, there's the take initiative. So it looks like, yeah, initiative went to JayJaxx. John tried to play take initiative, and it looks like JayJaxx had the negation. So JayJaxx is going to have initiative here in round 2. And I would not be surprised. Oh, okay, he's going to move his tank. I was thinking, oh, maybe he changed the ability. No, but he told me that it should say that it can attack. It can use that attack special action ability even if it attacked. So kind of surprised he didn't attack twice there. But he did move and pushed Dooku back one space. I don't know who he is targeting. But the white dice makes me believe that it could be Dooku or Sidious. If it's Dooku, I guess he would get a defense bonus. Okay, we're spending a block token, so I think that means again it could be. Oh, it must be Sidious because Sidious no longer has the token. Okay, so Sidious, does he have any defensive abilities? It doesn't look like it. He's totally offense based. So Sidious is going to take some damage here. Looks like we are taking 4 with Surge for +2, so 6. 6 damage. Yep. Okay, is this second attack? Okay, here's the second attack. I do not know how it moved then. How did it get that free movement point? Oh, he used a choreographed war. That's probably what it is, right? Is it exhausted? It's not exhausted though. I don't know. I do not know how it got that free movement point. But it looks like it did do the 2 attacks into a blank, and it does get a reroll. It actually has 2 rerolls. So we're going to do that because of the targeting computer attachment he put on it. Oh, okay. Sidious is playing parry, so he's a brawler. I didn't notice that. So he's gonna add a. What is he adding? Oh, okay. So Sidious, I guess he probably added a block, which kept him alive with 1 health. However, JayJaxx had the reduced to rubble in hand. That's an IACP card, heavy weapon. Deals 1 damage to each figure within 2 spaces of the target space, and it puts down a bunch of rubble tokens adjacent to the target space. So that's going to finish off Darth Sidious before he can activate this round, giving him JayJaxx 9 points and putting down a bunch of rubble. Yeah, that space is not adjacent. So we're going to put down 5 rubble tokens. Nope, that space is not adjacent either. And also going to play Celebration to get 4 more VPs. JayJaxx now at 20. So that was a big one. Big double attack there. And who is activating here? Dooku activating for Pwned. I can get rid of the Sidious card now. Where's my Dooku at? There he is. Darth Tyrannus. And he's attacking the assault tank, it looks like. Let's see, is there any special bonus abilities happening here? The target is only hostile fisted adjacent to you. Oh, he should be focused. So yeah, he rolled that second green dice. And the tank is going to take 7 damage from that hit. And then, yeah, there we go. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to there. And, okay, so the T-Series activated, moved one of the assault tanks up. So now the nice thing is John has positioned his other figures so that they're no longer in line of sight of the tank. So the T-Series cannot get some free bonus attacks on Darth Maul or Dooku from there. Although I guess he could have attacked the Stap. Huh? Stap's going to go after the assault tank here. Going to get that flyby bonus. I wonder if Agile ever does anything with just 3 health. And the tank does get +1 block, so we're going to see. Oh no, did the shield kick in? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, so no damage dealt because of the BX series droid with the shield ability. Makes the tank pretty much immune to small arms fire. And now the second tank, going to activate, going to open the door, move 2 spaces, and spend 2 movement points to flip the poster to the Imperial side. All right, now we're going to have Darth Maul come up and take his shot at the tank. Does he have anything special? There's no harmful conditions, so he's not going to be focused. He does have brutality, but he only has 1 target, so we're just going to see 1 attack here. And it looks like we're doing 3, pierce 3. Oh no, that's not gonna do any damage, right? Because this guy is adjacent. Did he have to exhaust the shield? Personal shield. When an attack targeting adjacent friendly figure is declared, you may grant them energy shield until the end of your opponent's activation. It's kind of odd that it's a May ability. Like, why would you ever not use it? So it just gives you that. Just gives you a chance to miss the timing. So maybe JayJaxx forgot to declare it. Usually you don't see cards work that way. But if he had used it, that would have stopped it, right? Because shield is whenever you should less than 4, suffer no damage. And he only took 3 damage from that attack. So I think JayJaxx forgot to use the shield there. It looks like the T series is commanding the tank to use a move. And yep, he's going to use the move to move 2 spaces and flip a poster. Okay, and the BX series is going to move up. We see... I'm going to use repair here to recover 3 damage from the tank. Okay, and then the John's Stap going to open the door and flip the poster. And that is the end of the round. So let's see. It looks like John is still getting 6 to JayJaxx's 2. JayJaxx is way up on points with no kills for John yet on the board. JayJaxx has several Staps dead and a Sith also dead. And it looks like JayJaxx now has the take initiative. And does John have the negation? Yes, we see negation. So negation going to stop the take initiative, and we're going to see Darth Maul activate. Where is my guy, Darth Maul? There he is. It's a little tough because I can't just populate the card from the figure there, but that's fine. I'm going to see Darth Maul attack. Again, the BX is adjacent to Darth Maul, so he has to do 4 damage or 0. And it looks like he's going to do a little better this time. 6. So 5 damage going through. Going to put the tank at 13 damage, which means he's 3 damage short of a kill. And I'm going to move back. And now the tank is going to activate. Yep, tank's activating. And I'm going to start flipping some posters. Interestingly, I would just comment that JayJaxx stepped on this droid here with the tank. Let's see. And because there is a blocking terrain wall, right... Oh no, I guess there's not. Never mind. I was thinking of this one. So now we're going to see the Stap activate. I feel like you kind of have to kill these BX shield droids before you can even go after the tank, especially with these Staps. Like, you should not be attacking these tanks with the Staps. Let's see if JayJaxx uses the ability this time. Although, actually, that's going to deal no damage regardless. Going to flip a poster. Back into cover. We're going to see the T-Series droid activating and giving a movement to the tank, allowing it to flip some more posters by spending movement points. And Dooku going to flip a poster on the way down. Nope, not going to flip a poster. It's going to flip that poster. You can't actually flip a poster if you don't control it, though. So can't actually flip that poster because JayJaxx is controlling it with the tank. Again, just kind of the small technical nuances of this mission that a lot of people miss, and it's totally fine. And we're going to see Dooku taking a shot at the tank. This tank does not have a BX series droid on it, so we're going to see him do, looks like Pierce 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 damage to the tank. Does he automatically weaken? Okay, search for weaken. And I'm going to use the surge to move 1 space. Okay, now the tank is activating. decided to move away to not give Dooku the extra white dice. And going to use those 2 rerolls, one from its own targeting computer, one from the attached targeting computer. Dooku going to spend the block token. Takes 5 damage, and now we're going to see the second attack from the tank. This is the special action, which is loses Surge for Blast 2, but gains Pierce 2 and Surge for +1, Pierce 1. So quite powerful. We're gonna see the Pierce 2. So I think we're doing, because it has built-in Surge for +2. We're gonna see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think, is that enough to kill? Yes, I think that's a dead Dooku. Decides to reroll. Oh no, wait. He's got an extra evade. Does that stop it? I don't think so. Oh, he only took 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Has automatic Pierce 2. I mean, that should have done 6 damage. I don't know why Dooku's still alive. Also, he could have used fencing step there to follow the tank and stay adjacent to him, but he didn't, because sometimes it's hard to remember those kind of abilities. Not sure what's happening. The OOM is going to move over. The STAP going to move on to the terminal, and the BX series droid going to open the door and move. And you definitely cannot flip both posters. Unless, wait, is it speed 5? Oh, it's speed 5. So it would have been action, move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, he could flip. He does have enough to flip both of those posters. And now the BX series droid going to attack Maul, who's going to spend a block token. And I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Maul has built-in evade. And then let's see what this BX series droid does. Oh, Maul rolls a dodge though. I'm going to move back to be next to both of those tanks. And now it looks like we're at the end of the round. And again, Pone doing a good job on the objectives, although JayJaxx, as Pone loses figures, JayJaxx is catching up on objectives, and Pone is definitely down on material. Pone is going to have initiative here. Oh, what is happening? What is happening? We're seeing a tank attack. Oh, that's right. Pone had initiative last round. So now JayJaxx, this is round 4. So JayJaxx has initiative, and we're going to see the tank attacking Dooku, who is definitely dead. Yep. And JayJaxx going to get 9 points for Dooku, goes to 35. Doesn't have any other attacks, though. So just going to flip some posters. And Maul. So we haven't really seen Pwned able to really leverage the multiple attacks from Brutality, both from Darth Sidious and from Darth Maul. And we've definitely seen JayJaxx able to use the tank's ability to attack multiple times. So Maul going to play looking for a fight, get an extra movement point. There we go. And now he's gotten into position where he can attack twice with Brutality. Don't know which tank he's going after, but I'm assuming it's the one on the right that has 3 health left. And again, he has to deal 4 damage to these tanks, or he'll deal 0 because of this BX droid here with its energy shield. Looks like he definitely got through there. Is that a kill? He's going to use feint. Interesting. Whoa, what? He only did 1 damage? How is that possible? He's doing 5 damage. He should have killed it, right? Oh, wait, did he? Oh, I see what happened. He attacked this one and then did cleave one onto this one. Now, how does cleave interact with the shield? Let's see. Attack targeting an adjacent friendly figures declare you may grant energy shield. Energy shields whenever you suffer damage if it is less than 4 damage. Grant them energy shield. Okay, so it doesn't protect you from cleave. It only protects the defender. Alright, so now we're going to see Maul attack again with brutality. Going to attack the one on the right. Did he do 4 damage is the question. Oh, he went after the BX droid. Okay, interesting. Oh, because he's got Force Surge, which lets him do 2 damage to any target. Nice. Alright, so Pone takes out the 3 cost BX droid and the 11 cost, actually 12 cost of the targeting computer, so he's going to have 15 victory points for that kill, for that activation, and shoots up to 31. And we're seeing the T-Series activating. It looks like it is also playing a repair. So we're going to heal 3 damage from the tank, and then going to use that executive order to have it declare an attack on Maul. It's going to spend a power token, and that's going to do 7 minus 1, so 6 damage to Maul. Ooh, with the reroll though. 5, 6, 7, 8. Minus 1, so 7 damage. Okay, and then the OOM we're going to activate back to the terminal. And then it looks like JayJaxx must have passed. So the STAP's going to activate. I'm not sure. They're moving all the command cards. Okay, well, it looks like the tank is attacking once again. And so this must be from the T-Series, which is hiding down here. And again, it is using chaining off of this T-Series right here to be able to attack with this tank. And attacking Maul, has the reroll, has the other reroll with the 2 evades. So it gets the damage through, 5 damage, which I believe is enough to finish. Oh, that's the wrong Maul. Yeah, that's 12. So it takes him to 12. So that is dead Maul, and I believe that is game for JayJaxx. And I was showing off their cards. So, thoughts on that one? I think brutality is tough to use, and it's on a lot of these different Sith and Jedi. As we can see there, brutality is just a hard ability to use, especially in skirmish. You don't often have multiple figures that you can get to with your melee figure. The targeting network is super strong with these fixed elite officers. Network command, I mean, that was quite good. I like it actually, but I think this might be worth 1 point, honestly. The tanks were pretty good with pseudo assault. I think they were worth their points. That looks right to me. And what else was I gonna say? Oh, the shield seems. I'm not sure how I feel about the shield ability. I don't think it should work. I think it needs to be reworded to. This is just my opinion, but I think it would benefit from using similar wording to what you see on figures like 3PO's distracting, where it says when a friendly adjacent friendly figure is being attacked, target space, whatever. So it covers an adjacent target space instead of covering an adjacent target figure. If you go back and if you look at 3PO's distracting ability, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because those tend to be really strong if you can just cover a giant massive figure. The reason for that is because, you know, when you can cover a whole adjacent figure. Here, I'll take this tank here. If we put this tank here, then all you have to do is have a BX droid be all the way back here. And now the only thing that's exposed is this tank, and it's super hard to get to the figure that's giving it its support ability. And that's why it's better to have it be target space, so that, you know, if the opponent's targeting this space, then the BX would have to be here. And that makes it easier to counterplay that kind of strategy. So just a thought based on what I'm seeing here. But super cool. I love a lot of these designs. I think they're really interesting and neat. I think it's super challenging, again, to do this by yourself. I think what JayJaxx is doing here, getting the community involved, having people test his cards, taking the feedback like a champ, I might add. I really like how well he's taking all the feedback from people. I think he's got a great open mind. I think he's just got a great attitude about this. It's so cool. Can't sing these guys' praises enough. JayJaxx, you're awesome. Looking forward to showing off some more of these prequel Clone Wars games and seeing the changes you make to the cards as you go along. And maybe we'll talk about the campaign stuff as well if I get a chance. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you for the next one.